Free transform. Photoshop's free transform command is one of the most useful and most used features, a one-stop shop for resizing, reshaping, rotating, and moving images and selections within a document. In this lesson, we learn the essential skills and shortcuts for getting the most out of this powerful feature, including how to switch to other helpful transfer modes without leaving free transform. Let's create a simple shape to better demonstrate what we can do with free transform tool. Just to clarify, our newly created shape has its own layer and is selected, which indicates blue color in the layer palette. Free transform tool will work only with selected layers in the layers panel. So let's say we want to resize this rectangle and we don't like the original sizing. In order to resize this rectangle, we need to go in the edit menu on top and choose free transform path. Also, to make things a little bit quicker, free transform tool has a handy shortcut Ctrl+T or Command+T on a Mac. Since my shape layer is the active layer and nothing else is selected in my layers panel, as soon as I choose free transform, a thin bounding box appears around the shape, and if we look closely, we see a small square in the top center, bottom center, left center, and right center, as well as square in each of the four corners. These little squares are called handles, and we can transform whatever is inside the bounding box simply by dragging these handles around, as we will see in a moment. So let's simply resize this shape by clicking and holding on each of the corners or just clicking and dragging on each of the shape sides. If you just click and drag on the left side or other sides, you are going to move only the side you are dragging. If you click and drag from the corners, you are going to resize shape's two sides. One potential problem when reshaping things with free transform is that, well, we have reshaped them. They may be wider, thinner, taller, or shorter, but we no longer look the way we did originally. Sometimes that's what we want, but more often we just want to resize something, making it smaller or larger overall, but keeping the original shape. To resize the shape and keep its original dimensions, we need to hold down the Shift key on our keyboard and click and drag one of the shape corners. If you include Alt key or Options key on the Mac, you are going to resize the shape directly from the center with keeping its original dimensions and proportions. And the last thing you probably want to know with free transform tool is how to rotate the object. So the first thing is the same as the other times. Ctrl+T on your keyboard, and now we place our mouse cursor outside the shape. As you can see, our mouse cursor changes to two arrows along each of the sides. And now you can rotate it by just clicking and dragging around the shape. But if you want to rotate the shape by 50 degrees each, you just need to hold down the Shift key on your keyboard and drag it over with it. And finally, the last thing, and I want to show you another trick, is if you press Ctrl+Alt+T or Command+Option+T on the Mac, you will get a duplicate of the shape with exactly the same dimensions, and also the space between them. Now try to drag it over and you will see what I meant.